Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking to you guys about my education issue book selection that I chose to read throughout the semester. The title is Out of Our Minds, Learning to be Creative. Author Ken Robinson, presented by myself, Zana Johnson Ebingha. So as Robinson mentions in Out of Our Minds, Learning to be Creative, creativity is the greatest gift of human intelligence. To meet the developing challenges in the future, many people believe that they need to be more creative, but on the other hand, they wonder if they have enough creativity or not. In this slide, I have included the cover of the book, in case you guys want to read that for yourselves. It's right here. And I also included another quote that I thought to be relevant to the material that we are studying today. Many highly talented, brilliant, creative people think they're not, because the thing they were good at school wasn't valued or was actually stigmatized. So if you don't know anything about Sir Ken Robinson, that's okay, because I'm going to give you some information about him. He's most famous for his TED Talks about education. He's an author, educator, and considered an expert on creativity. In fact, he acquired his title of Sir in 2003 when he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II for his contributions to the arts and education. Robinson has done numerous talks related to K-12 schooling and creativity. He's also internationally recognized as a leader in the development of creativity, innovation, and human resources. He was a professor of education at the University of Warwick in the UK for 12 years. His honorary degrees include the Central School of Speech and Drama, Rhode Island School of Design, Ringling College of Art and Design, and the Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts. He was awarded the Peabody Medal for his contributions to the arts and culture in the United States. And he was also awarded the Benjamin Franklin Medal of the Royal Society of Arts for his contributions to cultural relations between the US and the UK. So now that you know a little bit about the author, let's dig into what the book was about. So the book aims to answer 3 questions. Why is it essential to promote creativity? Business leaders, politicians, and educators emphasize the vital importance of promoting creativity and innovation. Why does this matter so much? What is the problem? Why do people need to be creative? Young children are buzzing with ideas. What happens as we grow up to make us think we're not creative? What is involved? What is creativity? Is everyone creative or just a select few? Can creativity be developed, and if so, how? Sir Ken Robinson wants to help people understand and gain their own creative abilities. He argues that existing educational systems are considered to be the main reason why people cannot fulfill their creative potential. And he believes that educational policies and academic standards were designed to match the social and commercial demands in some certain periods. Therefore, these current standards and systems cannot face the complex changes for now and future environments. In the last 10 years, he has researched and discussed these questions with many managers, politicians, and educators. These experiences let him deepen his core ideas in this book about creativity. He uses many real cases and data to support his ideas. He considers that education and training are the keys to the future, but a key can be turned in 2 directions. He argues that sometimes education cannot help us be creative and can even destroy our creative potential. In addition, not only should the educational system be improved to achieve people's creativity, but also organizations should create an effective condition to develop their own performance and creativity to survive in the complex competition. There are 3 themes of the book: that we are living in times of revolution. If we are to survive and flourish, we must think differently about our own abilities and make the best use of them. In order to do all of this, we must run our organizations and education systems in radically different ways. And to do this, he comes up with the 3 processes of an innovation culture. These are defined by Ken Robinson. Imagination, the process of bringing to mind things that aren't present to our senses. Creativity, the process of developing original ideas that have value. And finally, innovation, the process of putting new ideas into practice. Creativity is closely linked to innovation, and innovation is a concept that our current culture places a high value on. Innovation and creativity are themes that many sectors appear preoccupied with. For example, corporate organizations, the startup community, and education. Robinson follows this line of thinking, describing how creative thinking leads to generating new ideas and productivity. I really enjoyed this book, but a warning to the readers, the title is misleading. I was looking for detailed ideas and strategies on how to foster creativity. The content was extremely interesting and very thought-provoking, but the learning to be creative part didn't appear until the chapters 9 and 10, which are the last two chapters of the book. However, there is a powerful underlying message for readers, especially for educators and parents, an education that includes instruction, not just experience. In the humanities, music, art, history, etc., all of these things are essential, as are opportunities for games, personal interaction, playtime, and discussion. So in the first 8 chapters of the book, Robinson discusses creativity in education, or the lack thereof. He suggests our current education model kills creativity in children, and this leads to a void in innovation and collaboration in the workplace. He describes the cause of the void as academic illusion. And I quote, "As the pressure of education continues to intensify, many students are simply not learning the personal skills they need to deal with modern life and the increased pressure of continual assessment and being examined at every level." Chapter 9, Being a Creative Leader. This offers a number of strategies for leading a culture of innovation. Though the chapter is also applicable to leaders of organizations in a flux of change, it does provide coping strategies in addition to proactive strategies. Robinson says, the task of the creative leader is to facilitate a resilient relationship between the external and internal cultures. This is fitting advice for any leader, though especially for those heading an institution that is resisting innovation. The principles focus on how to achieve every employee's creative potential and boost the team or organization structure of collaboration, diversity, and fairness. The roles and principles of creative leadership are: everyone has creative potential. Innovation is the child of imagination. We can all learn to be more creative. Creativity thrives on diversity. Creativity loves collaboration. Creativity takes time. Creative cultures are supple. Creative cultures are inquiring. And finally, creative cultures need creative spaces. Chapter 10, Learning to be Creative Summary. So this focuses on the creativity in the education sector specifically. Robinson provides many examples of schools successful in creating a culture of creativity and identifies the barriers to creativity. Though readers could be discouraged in some ways, as the changes required to instill creativity require a district or even a statewide shift in approach to K-12 education. For example, assessment methods. This would change to support students' learning and achievements. The curriculum would be viewed as a whole, meaning the knowledge, the information, the ideas, the skills and values that students are expected to learn would be both formal and informal. He suggested that We need to get rid of the assumption that some subjects are academic and some are not, and instead implement a balanced curriculum that would give equal status and resources to literacy and numeracy. However, in this chapter, there are several ideas individual educators can implement into the classroom. Robinson identifies and describes the 3 tasks of teaching for creativity. And those are encourage people to believe in their creative abilities and nurture the confidence to try. Identify and help students to discover their own creative strengths. And finally, develop the skills of independent creative work. The proposed solutions for the transformation of education. He describes this in 3 ways. The personal would be to develop students' individual talent and sensibilities. Cultural is to deepen the understanding of the world around them. And economic, to enable the students to earn a living and be economically productive. Closing thoughts. I found no underlying biases because I really felt that Mr. Robinson was an advocate for the whole education system to change. And I thought this was a really great read. I encourage you guys, if you're feeling like you want to explore this, it's a really great read and I enjoyed it. And this emphasized the dire need for including arts in education. My perspective was that I was in complete agreement with the author. I think that, the world is constantly changing and the education system needs to adapt with the change. The aim of the book was to help individuals and organizations to understand the depth of their creative abilities. I think that overall the author did a really a good job about this. It was just, for my taste, it was a little slow in the beginning because I didn't get those creative strategies until the very end. But I guess he was saving the best for last. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this book. And I want to leave you guys with a quote from Socrates. Education is a kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. I hope that you guys enjoyed this presentation, and thank you for listening. Good luck on your finals.